In this video, I will show you how to find domain and range on a mapping diagram, and I will also show you how to decide whether or not the mapping is a function. And so for domain and range, what you need to know is that domain is all of your x values, which are called your inputs, and the range is your output, which is going to be the letter Y. Now, normally when I see these mapping diagrams, I make the assumption that the left side is your input and the Y is your output, and generally that's how it is. Even though it doesn't say X and Y, I'm going to assume that the left side is your input and you get out the Y value. So for this question here, domain and range mapping diagrams, for my domain, what I would do is list out all my numbers in order from smallest to greatest. And my range will be listing out all of the Y values in order. And to decide whether or not you have a function would be to look and see if any X value repeats. So 1 is to 5, 4 is to 9, 5 is to 9, 6 is to 9, and 9 is to 7. As long as no X values repeat, then you can say, yes, this is a function. Now for the second one, what I'm going to do is look at, do any of my X values repeat? So we have 1, 5, 4, 8, 8, 2, and 9, 5. Yes, this would be a function because no X values, repeat. And our domain would be 1 and 4, 8, and 9 in order. And the range would be 1 and 2 and 5. So even though 5 was used twice, you're only going to list it one time. And also for over here, even though 9 was used as an output multiple times, you only need to list it one time in your range. Now I'm going to stop listing out domain and range because as you can see, all of the rest of these are going to go in order, and it would be very easy for you to just list out the order for domain, your X values, and range, the Y values. So I'll focus on for the leftover pictures whether or not you have a function, yes or not, no. So as I'm looking at this picture, what I want to look at are my points. 1 is to 9, 3 goes to 0, 4 goes to 4, 5 goes to 9, and 8 goes to 9. It doesn't matter what happens on the Y list. It really only matters if your X's are repeated. And since they're not, yes, this would be a function. Now when I look at this picture, this is the first one that we've seen this where an X value is repeated. So the number 1 gets mapped to 5, and the number 1 also gets mapped to the number 7. And this would mean that you do not have a function because an X value repeats. Again, like you see this one value repeating here, our 0 is repeating here. This is our X value. And so no, this would not be a function because you cannot have X values repeating for a function. And then in this picture, none of my values repeat, so this would be a function. And then for these down here, 1, 0, 4, 7, 5, 0, no X values repeat, so this would be a function. And then for the last one, 1, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 7, 7, 8, 2, this would be a function because no X values repeat.